Good morning, guys. This is Mo, that you might want to see him. He doesn't like to be held up in the air, which is why he's acting weird. So anyway, I'm going to let him go and we'll get started. Now today we are going to study sentence pattern 6. So before we start, you will need a highlighter, your sentence composing packet, and a quick refresher. This pattern is built around the appositive. Now, I'm sure you recognize the term, but just let's make sure that we're really clear on what that is. I want you to go to a quick refresher video using the YouTube search term 2-Minute Teacher Appositives, and you see it right up here. Now return to this video when you feel like you have sufficiently reminded yourself of what an appositive looks like and how it functions. Now, one more refresher. Complete the handout. Parallel structure, exercise 5. You can complete it by hand and check the paper key for me, or you can go to the web address on the handout and complete some exercises online. Allow yourself about 5 minutes or so of practice. Now, what is sentence pattern 6? It is an introductory series of appositives followed by a dash and a summarizing subject. Now that sounds kind of complicated. The formula looks like this: appositive, appositive, appositive. The summary word is what's kind of new, and then subject verb, that is our usual independent clause. Let's look at an example. Cool, groovy, hip. Which of these best describe the class of 2016? And notice we have the 3 appositives. In this case, they're actually adjectives. We have a dash, we have our summary word, and the summary word is actually the subject of a question. Now, more about this unique pattern and also this unique class. Here are your 11 summary words. The key to the pattern is that you have to use one of these words. Don't allow yourself to use a different word or try to make it work a different way. It just won't work. We're going to see some examples of that. Now, when to use pattern 6? Use it sparingly. It's an unusual pattern. It's very sophisticated. Adds so much emphasis. If you were to use it over and over again, it would be the effect of shouting throughout your paper, and that's not going to work. Now, you want to use it whenever you want to create focus on the appositives themselves. There are 2 other features of this pattern that also create emphasis. Can you name those features? Very good. Hopefully you named that it uses a dash. That is the mark of punctuation that has the most emphasis right after the colon. It also uses a syndeton. Now remember, a syndeton is when you have a series and you leave out the conjunction between the last 2 items of the series. Now, there's some checkpoints. You have to use commas between the appositives. Notice no conjunction here. You're using a syndeton. You have to use a dash after the appositives. Our dash is missing. One of the 11 summary words, we do have that. All of the items must be in parallel form. They're related in meaning. And this is a complete independent clause. Now, we just left out one thing. Let's see if it still works anyway. Let's read it aloud. Cool, groovy, hip, which of these best? That's not working. You need the dash for emphasis. You need a long pause. It needs to read like, cool, groovy, hip. Which of these, notice my long pause because of the dash, which of these best describe the class of 2016? Now let's do some practice exercises. Complete the exercises on page 39. But instead of completing them the way they are written, I want you to make them all about you, the class of 2016. So change your words around a little bit. For example, for sentence number 2, you can change the average American college graduate to the hip, groovy chicks in the class of 2016, or maybe something a little less lame. You get the picture. Now finish out the sentences on page 39 and make sure to check your work with a classmate. This is the only way to check your work. You have to read your sentences aloud and do exactly what the punctuation tells you to do with your voice. So I want to hear some noise. Now it's time to create your original sentences. On your own paper, write the title, Sentence Pattern 6. Then, create your first sentence on the topic of the day and have it approved by me before you continue. When you are finished, write 4 more sentences, all on the same topic. Be sure your sentences are up to the task. Do you use 20 more words in each sentence? Are you writing in ink? Are you double spacing your work? Now it's time to create your own index card, and this is the same way we always create an index card. Here's a refresher, front of the card, and here is the back of the card. Okay, and that's it for sentence pattern 6. Be sure to turn in your sentences to me and keep your index card with the rest of your other index cards. Have a good day.